everyone, welcome to my channel Mathematics and Magic. Today we'll discuss about the algebra of events. So first point is complementary event. So when we talk about complementary event, the meaning of complementary event is, suppose we have an event A, then happening of event A is A, and then what will be the complementary of A? It will be not happening of the same event A. So it's described like this: corresponding to an event A associated to a random experiment, there exists an event called complementary event of A. It is also called not A, denoted by A dash or A to the power C. Now to understand this concept, let us take an example. The example is, suppose is a coin is tossed thrice, or 3 coin tossed together, then the sample space will be, there are 8 elements, that is head, tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail. So these are the altogether 8 elements. Let us consider that A is a event, and this event, it signifies, you can see that in all 3 cases you consider only one head and 2 tails. So then let us consider the event of getting one head, getting only exactly one head. So getting on exactly one head, this is your event A. Then what will be the complementary of A? So complementary of A will be, the rest of the events will be complementary of A. They are head, tail, tail, and tail, tail. It is known as the complementary event of A, also named as A dash or A complement. In general, A dash, we generally in set theory we define it. Suppose W, such that W belongs to sample space and W does not belongs to A. So when we have to describe about A, we have to apply the theory of difference from set theory. What is the theory of difference of set theory? Suppose this is your set A and this is your S. S consists of set A and not set A, both. Then the outside part is your not A or complementary of A. This is the first case. Now after that, next concept is A or B. The event A or B, we can say given A union B. When the set A and B are 2 events associated with a sample space, then A union B is the event either A or B or both. It signifies that that both from elements from either A or either B will be included, or the element those which are on the both the sets have. So all the elements you can include. The event A union B is called A or B. Therefore event A or B or A union B, and you can consider it like this: omega, such that omega or W belongs to A or W belongs to B or W belongs to both. So this is the pictorial definition or Venn diagram of A or B or A union B, where both the sets are counted. Next is A intersection B. This one we normally consider as A and B. If A and B are 2 events, then A intersection B denotes the event A and B. Thus A intersection B is considered that the element W, it must be in set A as well as in set B, and so it should be in set A and set B. This is something which define the concept of A intersection B. Now next one is event A but not B. How can we define event A but not B? Event A but not B can be defined in that it is A difference B. When we define about A difference B, means all the element of set A that exclusively on set A, not even the intersection part also. The common element is when not counted, so that one will known as A event A but not B. So similarly we can define event B not A also. Same thing will happen. Now after that, most important term is mutually exclusive event. Now you see, let us consider 2 events. E1, it shows that E1 is 1, 3, 5 and E2 is 2, 4, 6. You can understand these 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, they are actually taken from the different faces of a dice. So associated with an experiment of rolling a dice, yes, and are mutually exclusive. Why? If E1 corresponding to the condition an odd number shows up, then E2 cannot happen. That means then E2 correspond to the condition and even number shows up. From these two cases, if E1 shows up, E2 we will not get E2, and if E2 shows up, we will not get E1. Two events E1 and E2 associated with an experiment are said to be mutually exclusive event if and only if, this is IFF means if and only if, they do not occur simultaneously. That means if it happens that when E1 occurs, then E2 does not occurs or cannot occurs, so then the E1 intersection E2 when it is equals to 5, that means they are disjoint sets. In that case, we can say that E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive. Obviously, if we are getting 1, we cannot get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is also another example. If we throw a dice and we get 6, then we cannot get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if we get 5, then we cannot get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is very normal. So what happened? These all elements are again mutually exclusive to each other. Now, what is then exhaustive event? Exhaustive event is considered like this. Consider the experiment of throwing a dice. Yes, we have sample space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us define the following events. E1, a number less than 3 appears. So a number less than 3 means this one will be 1 and 2. A number greater than 1 but less than 5. Then greater than 1 is 2, 3, 4, and less than 5 is also 2, 3, 4, which is greater than 1. Then a number greater than 3 appears. Greater than 3 is 4, 5, 6. We observe that A union B union C, ultimately what we get, if we go for union or we go for addition or union means addition, then what we get that sample space back, because this one again you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will come. Yes, there are some elements which may overlap. In case of set theory, we cannot write repeated elements. So if both the places, so you will write 1, 2, and if 4 is in both the places, you will write 1, 4. So ultimately, union also signifies addition. So all together will count. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is again sample space. So exhaustive case means ultimately sample space. This is another important concept. Next is mutually exclusive and exhaustive cases. What are those? Let S be a sample space associated with a random experiment. Then let us consider the events are A1, A2 up to AN and say to form a set mutually exclusive and exhaustive system of event. If these two condition is possible. What is the past condition? That when you go for adding the sets, like when we apply the operation of union, A union, A1 union, A2, A3, A4 up to AN, then you will must get back your sample space. That is event A1, A2, A3 all are exhaustive events. They all are exhaustive events. That means they all are also subsets, also sample space. Next one is when we go for A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection O4 up to AN, then we must get 5, means all the sets are disjoint with each other. So they are mutually exclusive. So ultimately this is the scenario of mutually exclusive but exhaustive. Why it is exhaustive? Because all these E1, E2, E3, E4, AN, they all together form sample space S and no two sets having any common element. So they are also mutually exclusive. There are some important notation, and those important notation is not A. Not A we define by A bar. Then A or B, at least not A or not B, we define by A union B. Then A and B means A intersection B. A but not B. A intersection B bar. Neither A nor B. A bar intersection B bar. At least one of A, B or C. So A union B union C. Exactly one of A and B. So A intersection B bar union B A intersection B bar. Exactly those two. Then at least all three A, B and C. Then it will be A intersection B intersection and C. Then exactly 2 of A, B and C. Then this one is the answer. A intersection B intersection C bar union A intersection B bar intersection C bar, union A bar intersection B bar, and intersection A bar union A bar intersection B and C.